Hello, 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 hello. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Was That Fucking TMI? I am so dead right now. I think I'm sick. Last week I was sick all week. I had something this past weekend that I did. We're going to get into all of it. And it is currently Monday. I'm sitting in an Outback Steakhouse parking lot recording this from my fucking car, Tom, the Toyota, who we love so much, drinking an Americano to push through. And that's because the pod never stops. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to What's That TMI, where we tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Oh, do I have so much truth to tell today. If you're new here, hi, my name is Sadie. I grew up in Cumming, Georgia. Yes, Cumming, like when your boyfriend does that on your back. I grew up in Cumming, Georgia, and I am 20 years old, and I'm recently so single. Guys, we have a lot to unpack today. I want to thank those of you who have been consistently here weekly because you guys are my best fucking friends. Or I just want to thank anyone listening because you guys are all my fucking friends and I'm so grateful. My lips are really dry. And this podcast is saving my life right now. Like, genuinely, this is something that I'm like, this is my purpose right now. And I need to be here every week for these girls. I don't care if I'm on my fucking deathbed in the hospital. I don't care if I'm throwing up in a toilet, blacked out drunk. I will be here every week for you guys. So let me give you a rundown of life right now. Also, I apologize to audio listeners for the background noise. We are in my car. Guys, girls, how are we? How is everyone? We do a mental update recently on the episodes because we know I've been going through it. I'm doing a lot better. My life is, if you're watching, as you can see, a mess. I'm literally sitting next to NyQuil, DayQuil, vitamin C, sinuses, yeah. Sitting next to sinuses, camera batteries, a Shein, a charger from Shein, Chick-fil-A, water bottles, my Dyson that I don't use anymore in the back, my backpack. There's so much in this car, and we almost just got hit by a car. Did you see how fast he was going? Chill out. I know Outback's good, but like, come on, buddy. Whenever I'm traveling and I'm on the road, I'm in my car and I'm driving places, it always turns into a shit show. I didn't put me being sick in with that mix, but put that in a blender and blend it up, and it's an even shittier show, obviously. But let me give you guys a recap of my Halloween weekend. That feels like forever ago, but let me just go back and touch on this because that's what this episode's going to kind of go off of today. Not really, but just I want to talk about fake friends. I want to talk about not even fake friends, but forcing friendships once you're getting older. I think when you're getting older, friendships become a lot more, you get a lot pickier, or even relationships, you just get pickier. You start looking at like who's going to actually add value into my life and who's going to fill up my cup, who's draining it, and whose cup am I filling up and whose am I draining as well. I want to get into all of that. I want to bring us back to my Halloween weekend, which was not this past weekend, but the weekend before that. Halloween weekend, I decided to fly out to Arizona. I had a few buddies of mine that were like, come to Arizona. It's going to be a lot of fun. And going into the situation, I was like, all right, I'm going to be the only girl because I was the only girl going. It was like 4 guys. I only knew one of them super well. And I flew out there. Let's keep in mind, I'm recently going through a breakup. That's already harder than the hardest of dicks in the world. And I just haven't been emotionally good. And I've been forcing myself to just like be like, fuck all your emotions. Get back into it, Sadie, like, let's go. And I'm doing a lot better now. But this weekend I flew out there. I got there. I went out my first night and I was not with people that I'm very comfortable with. They're good people, but just I was stepping way out of my comfort zone, which I think is good. But to an extent, you can force yourself to do that so much to where you're like, what am I doing? I'm not even enjoying myself. What am I doing? And I was just in Arizona, across the country from my house. I was in this Airbnb. I was with these people I didn't know too well. I knew one person, and I was the only girl. I felt like I had no girls around to talk to. I was trying to go out in Arizona, which is already a shit show, and I'm already like West Coast. Don't do too hot out there. And I broke down. in Arizona. And I was like, oh my God, life is not gonna get better. When you're going through a breakup, y'all, I swear emotions are like everything's 10 times more elevated than when you're not, because you're just everything. You're like, I'm fucking failing at life. Like everything sucks. I need this relationship back to get through life, which we'll get into that all in a whole other episode. But I was breaking down in Arizona. These are the tickets to come see my downfall. I was having a downfall in Arizona. I don't know why that just popped in my head. And so luckily, there was someone I knew very, very well out in Arizona that I had met 2 years ago. Anyways, so there was these other guys in Arizona. Arizona's a big baseball hub. So shout out AZ. We love that for me. That rhymed. I'm actually going to be a rapper now. I knew these guys that played baseball in Arizona, and I had called them and I was like, listen, I'm just not good right now, and I need to be around people who I feel very comfortable with. I had not seen these guys in ages. One of them I did, but it was just like a very random call for them to receive almost. Like they were kind of like, okay. And they're like, why don't you just come over and like chill? And guys, I was forcing myself on Halloween weekend to try and get out there, look like a fucking slut, and just really go out there. I was like, I'm going to go to these bars in Arizona and I'm going to have fun and it's going to be a good time. And like, no one can stop me and I'm just so back and I'm feeling good. Nothing can upset me. I'm not overthinking. And I was breaking down. And these guys were like, oh, we're just going to kind of chill and maybe go eat tonight. If you want to come, you can, whatever. And so the people I was staying with, I was like, listen, I'm having so much anxiety. I don't know why. And I know these kids and I've been with them before and I just kind of want to go chill. Just something didn't feel right. I was forcing myself to be so uncomfortable to like prove something to myself. And I was like, what the fuck am I doing? So I left. And okay, this is me adulting and it's so terrifying. So I go and I hang out with these guys, right? These baseball players. And we go out to dinner and we're all just chilling and like having real life conversations, talking about jobs, talking about relationships, friendships, work, like just really sitting down and talking. And I was like, I am having so much fun right now. Like I am having so much fucking fun. And I think this is something that's hard in high school, in college, in your early 20s. There's so many different crowds that want to do different things, have different interests. There's crowds of people that are like, we are financing and we are making so much fucking money and only working and not focused at all on having fun right now. And we're going to take off and live in $8 million mansions and have sexy wives and our kids, and you're like, pop off. That I wish that could be me, but it's not. Then you have your group of just partiers. They just party and they go out all the time and they're always looking for the next move. Then you have the group of party way too harders. Not saying that in a bad way, but these are the people that do Molly and they like just do drugs all the time. And one of them's a drug dealer. One of them's a fraternity owner of 3 different ones, if that's even a thing. You have that group. Then you have the people that don't give a fuck to go out and they don't care at all and they just love staying in and whatever. And then I don't know, there's so many different groups. And I feel like for so long, I always was just so focused on what's my next move. And that's normal. Like when you're younger, that's normal. I'm not saying that was bad of me at all. But I was sitting at this dinner and I was like, fuck, am I growing up? Because this is like so dope. And I was so excited to get on my flight the next day and fly home and like work. And then just, I wasn't worried about what was coming up next weekend. And I felt so weird about it. But I was realizing forcing yourself into situations, including friendships, makes you almost have anxiety. It makes you anxious. It makes you not feel good. It doesn't fill up your cup. And I was doing that this weekend. And then I took a step back and I went with these other guys and I was just like chilling and enjoying myself. And I was like, oh, why was I forcing myself into that weird situation? So then let's skip to this past weekend. Ole Miss, I love you to death. Guys, I had my first little college stop, which was so unplanned, by the way. We literally put no planning into that at all. So next one, we got you. First little college stop. I love going to college towns. I love football. Peep my crew neck, dang, I love football season. A place at Ole Miss reached out to me, or we reached out to them, I don't know. And we had said, hey, like Sadie's gonna come and we're gonna promote it, whatever. And I told all of you guys, come to this place and we can all like have fun on game day and whatever. And I had so much fun with you guys. And I was so excited for this weekend because my hometown girlfriends were coming. Brinley, McKinley, Delaney. McKinley has been my best friend for literally so long. We're on and off with seeing each other and talking, but just my hometown friends, they really get me. They're like my girls, real, true, genuine friends, which I can't be with all the time. But I was so excited to be with them this weekend because I was just like, that's comfortable to me. And I know I can sit down in a room with them and talk about anything and they're going to get it and they just have me. So we go to Ole Miss. I drive up there. The girls drive up. The first night we decided to go out. Terrible decision. The game was at 11 a.m. the next day. Terrible fucking decision. I was like, I'm not going that hard tonight. I just want to chill. I want to be able to go out tomorrow and have the time of our lives. So we go out and we get to the place where I was going to be like hosting the next day. Or hosting. I don't really know. It was so unplanned. And so we get there. And immediately walk in, I meet the guy who's like the owner who I was talking to about coming. Then I meet these fucking 2 hot cops. One of them did scream out, I cheat on my girlfriend all the time. That was fucking weird. I was like, okay, whoa, buddy, chill out. And I go in. I'm meeting so many of you guys. I don't know what switched. I don't know what happened. But all of a sudden, I am just fucking not there. I'm there, but I'm not there. It's Chad took over. It was full Chad mode. I'm standing on a bar stool in the middle of this fucking crowd, like slinging my head around. Then I'm behind the counter, like getting fucking $100 bills stuffed in my tits. I apologize, by the way, if that was you. I let someone put $200 in my tits and then I left and didn't even realize it was there until I got home. I was just feral as fuck in this place. And I woke up the next day and I felt like such shit. I've been sick. I haven't been feeling good. Felt like shit. I was like, there's no way we're making this game. We didn't go to the game. I was like, rip. That was, we drove 6 hours. We didn't even go to the fucking game. Didn't go to the game. Then we went to the little event thing I was having. It was so much fun. I met so many of you guys. You guys are genuinely my best friends. You guys, I like everything you guys say to me. I'm so grateful for because I don't know how, but I need to hear it. There's just someone will pull me aside and say one thing and I'm like, how did you know to say that to me? Because I needed to fucking hear that right now. And it's just, I love meeting you guys. It was so awesome. Then somehow we were on a DJ booth. Love that. Love DJs. And we were on like this old DJ booth. A bunch of you guys were in the crowd and we just literally partied all night. And it was so much fun. And I love you guys so fucking much. And thank you to everyone who showed up. Thank you to everyone I met. And thank you to my girls, because my girls, I love them so much. And we have a vlog coming. I need to edit it. I've had too much anxiety to even look at the footage, but it's going to come. Also, I want to thank this security guard. I forget his name, but he wore a tuxedo and he came on Saturday night when he wasn't even working to stand with us all night. And it was, I felt so elite and I'm not. And it was so awesome. I felt so special. Anyways, though, with that being said, you're probably like, okay, why the fuck are you in Outback in Nashville? So my friend Isabel, who I don't know if she goes by Isabel or Izzy. I've called her Isabella and that's not her name. Isabel, we've met online. She's so fucking funny. She just went through a breakup as well. And we've been bonding the past month over how 1, Delulu, 2, stupid, 3, unhinged we are. And she lives in New York, but she used to live in Nashville. We've been trying to hang out for a while, and she was like, all right, I'm just going to come to Nashville because there's a few events going on this week, which one, I never go to events for like social things ever. So I'm very interested to see how that one goes down. But she was like, I'm going to come to Nashville. And then Katie Ritchie, I'm supposed to also meet when I'm up here. And I was just like, all right, I'm only 3 hours away because I'm going to be in Mississippi. So I might as well go. So I came to Nashville last night. Well, she doesn't get here till tomorrow. So I got a hotel. I tried to rest. There's so much going on in my personal life right now that is just throwing me for loops. And I can't talk about love right now with you guys because I feel like I'm learning so much. I'm learning so much about love and relationships and loving people and then being in relationships. I'm learning so much and I'm really having to just like sit back and be with myself for that part of my life right now so I can then come to you guys with knowledge, experience, and things I've learned. But I'm in a process right now of, should I say this? I'm like so not over my relationship. Like I'm so not. And it's so weird. It's so weird. But it's just everyone says this is how it goes. You just never know how you're gonna feel. You can't control it. It comes in waves. It's coming in waves. And I don't know. I'm really, the anxiety's gotten better. I don't have as much anxiety. Holy fuck, I didn't know how bad my anxiety could get, but a breakup showed me that anxiety can be boss and you have to buck up to it at points. The anxiety's gotten better. I'm not overthinking too much. I'm still trying to just like not think about life that deeply and be like, hey, it is what it is and life goes on. But Jesus, growing up, Jesus, help us. It is so terrifying, so scary. Losing people, God, I can't lose people. I can't lose people. People say all the time, oh, you know, some people are meant to come into your life for a season. Bullshit. Fuck you. Fuck you. Why? I don't want to lose anyone. I can't watch it happen. You can do me so wrong. And I can't hate people. I can't do it. I can't not like someone ever. And it's so fucked and it fucks me, but I just can't. Like, I don't know why. I don't know if I'm Delulu AF. I don't know what the fuck it is, but someone can do me so incredibly wrong, and I still have a spot for them in my heart and always will. And I don't know if that's a good thing or something I need to like go to therapy about. Not saying that people have been doing me wrong lately. I'm just saying I can never let go of people. Like everyone tells me all the time, you got to let go. No, fuck you. You let go of me letting go because I will never let go. And I need to let it go. I need to go meet Elsa for a day and have a talk with her. Anyways, so now I'm in Nashville. I went to my hotel last night. I was alone and I was doing okay alone. I'm learning to have fun alone. I'm learning to listen to music, like happy music. Don't listen to sad music. Lana Del Rey does slay so hard recently, but it's too fairy tale and love for me. So I've been listening to music. I've been partying. I've been making false scenarios of what's going to happen in life in my head, which, you know, it's okay. Like, I feel like that's something that you need in life. I think being Delulu is sometimes a temporary cure to what's causing your Delulu. Like, I don't know. When I just imagine, this sounds really weird. When I imagine me having kids one day, I realize that my issues are going to be put in the back seat. And so I just am trying to enjoy right now the fact that I'm young and I can kind of do whatever I want, and I need to be grateful for that. And I need to not think too deeply about things. And this sounds weird, but whenever I have anxiety, I just imagine myself having a child on my lap. I imagine myself having a kid and like that kid needs to come first. And I'm like, if I had a kid and I was having a fucking anxiety attack and the kid was looking to me like, what's going on? I'd be like, you can't have anxiety right now, bitch. Like, you have a fucking kid to take care of. And so recently that's been helping me with anxiety. Is I'm like, you're going to be a mom one day and you're not going to be able to have anxiety. So let's start preparing for that. I don't know if maybe that can be a really good coping mechanism for you guys. Maybe you guys are like, what the fuck did she just say? But that's something that's been helping me recently is when you look at life big picture and think, all right, down the line, this is probably not going to fucking matter. Things get a little bit easier and better. But I woke up today. I felt like absolute asshole. And Isabel gets here tonight at 6 p.m. You guys might be watching this the day of. Maybe I filmed this yesterday. I'm not sure. But she gets here tonight, so I'm currently just waiting for her flight to land. I'm about to get some food, but I'm so dead right now. I have no clothes to wear to these events. I'm going to try and vlog. I vlogged my day today, and yeah, that's my life update. But, okay, fake friends. How the fuck did I just completely almost miss the whole topic of the episode? So, fake friends. Here's what I think about friendships. I think that it's easy to grow out of friendships. Very easy, very normal. I think there's a difference of growing out of friendships because you have differences versus having differences and the friendship almost makes you both grow. For example, so my best friend McKinley, we have our ups and downs. We fight like sisters. We will literally scream at each other. She'll tell me to shut the fuck up. I'll tell her to shut the fuck up. And we're literally like sisters. There has been so many, we're completely opposite though. Like her interest and my interest don't align very much at all. We're just different people. Love her to death, best friend forever, but we're very different people. And I think we used to almost confuse that sometimes as like, why are we friends? Like, what the fuck? Like, she would get a boyfriend and be with him a lot. And I was like, why the fuck does she always have a boyfriend? And like, kind of be like, fuck that and do my own thing. And it was just, she wouldn't love going out and meeting new people. I do. And it was like, okay, why are we friends? But we're friends because we almost balance each other out. We're always there for each other. It's just a friendship that fills up my cup. You can have friendships where you both have the same interest, but it doesn't fill up your cup, or you have different interests, it doesn't fill up your cup. I think the biggest thing is you take a step back in friendships a lot and be like, who makes me feel good? Who can I be myself around? Who am I going to laugh around and be happy around? Who's not making me feel good? I've taken a huge step back and looked at a lot of people who I think I've considered quote unquote friends. And I'm like, is that my friend? Is that really my friend? No, it's not. And I think I always want to be there for people, but putting yourself in situations, I've always been so big too on like, say yes to everything, do everything. Yes, but don't force yourself to go be around people who don't make you feel good, or be around people who you don't have a ton of fun with just because you're trying to do something. I think when you do that, it almost makes shit worse from experience I've been experiencing recently. But I talked about this with one of my good friends who's actually in kind of a similar boat with me right now. All of her friends are kind of just doing different things at the moment. And she's like, I feel so lonely and I feel like I've cut out a lot of friendships recently because they're not real. And she's like, so I'm kind of in just like this waiting period of life almost. And that's exactly how I felt when me and Kof broke up. I was just like, fuck, I'm now just kind of in this period of like waiting. And I'm a people person. I love people. But when you take a step back and you're like, who do I love being around, whatever, and you cut people out, I've said this before. I don't know if I'm making sense. I think you guys are getting it though. Don't be in a friendship, relationship, anything because you're lonely. Don't do that, because you might be lonely due to the fact that you are forcing this relationship that isn't filling up your cup. I think for me right now, I'm realizing I would rather have my hometown friends that live in my hometown be my girls and be my friends, even if they're not with me all the time, doing things with me all the time. Be my day ones, be my girlfriends. I'm going to talk to them consistently, and even if we're not together or want to do the same things, those are my girls. Then forcing myself to be friends with people who are just available. Does that make sense? I think we get so caught up in that sometimes, and it's so hard. And I think growing up, making friends is so much harder. Friends, relationships, anything, because it's not like you're just fucking meeting people in school or they go to the same school as you. Maybe they do if you're in college and stuff. But I think after that, you can get in a work field and you can be like, these people suck, and you have to make your own friends. But don't be friends with those coworkers if they suck just because they're your coworkers. You have to find people that fill up your cup. And I think that's something for me too. Being alone scared the shit out of me, especially when I first went through my breakup. And I was like, fuck, I want to be with friends. I want to be with people, whatever. And then I was like going and hanging out with people. And I don't want people... This, if you think this is about you, it's probably not. It was just like certain people I'd be around, I would talk to. I was like, they don't have the best interest in me. They don't care. And I don't know. Am I okay? I'm not okay. I'm actually doing fine. I've been doing a lot better recently. I think it's just, I've really taken a step back, and I said this a few weeks ago, focus on the love in your life right now. Think about those who love you. Fuck, if you have to make a list of people who are like, good friend, good friend, good friend, good friend, good friend, you can have a list of one fucking person. It could be your fucking mom. If my parents did not live in the middle of nowhere, if my parents said to me, we're going to move to like a city, I would move with them immediately, and me and my mom would be best friends. Me and my mom are best friends. But even if your list consists of one person, that's okay. If it's yourself, I'm scarily my own best friend. I have conversations with myself all the time. And it's okay. You don't need to have 30 friends to say, I have a bunch of friends. Because if those 30 friends suck and they don't fucking care about you the way a friend should, I would rather have none. Maybe not. Because when you're just having a good time, I guess it doesn't really matter who you're around. I can have a good time with anyone. But when it comes to real conversations, real life shit, and you have these 30 friends who just suck, you're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'd rather have one friend that's awesome than 30 that are nothing rhymes with awesome. Rhymes with awesome. If you guys can't tell, I'm still hungover. I'm literally still hungover. I still feel like shit. And I feel bad because I thought I was going to go home after Ole Miss. I didn't know I was going to go to Nashville. I didn't wish I went home, but I wanted to get a podcast out for you guys and really talk about this more in depth. But I just wanted to give you guys a life update, a mental update. I feel like it's relatable to you guys maybe. And let's get into some question time, some questions from you girls at whatsthattmi.com and boys. I didn't realize we had some boy listeners, by the way. So let's listen. Okay, perfect. This girl said, people don't like me. Literally, no matter how hard I try to please people, it's like I'm never enough. Every day I'm finding out different people I don't even know don't like me, even though I'm literally trying my hardest to be a likable person. I don't get it. This is so fucked. This is literally what I was just saying. When you surround yourself with the wrong people, not saying that everyone around you is wrong for you, but when you are feeling like you're trying to please people, trying to almost put on a different persona to fit in, it kills you. It kills you. It drains you. It makes you not even be yourself at a certain point. And I think the right people will like you exactly for who you are. You don't need to please them. You don't need to do things for them. You don't need to dress a certain way, act a certain way. Like specific things. Like I said, me and my best friend, completely fucking different. And we care about each other. We love each other. And you need to find people that just like you for you. You should never have to please anyone. And I apologize, but I do think the waiting period, when you're waiting for these people to come into your life, when you're waiting to make new friends, like me, for example, I feel like I'm in a waiting period right now. Right, I think he was going to get in my car. Sorry. The waiting period sucks, but you really find yourself in it. So learn what pleases yourself. Learn what you like. Learn what you want to do. Learn what your goals are. What makes you happy without all these other people. That's when I think you find the right people. Even though I'm in 600 people's DMs right now. But it does suck. The waiting period sucks. And having shitty friends suck. Okay, this girl said friends crush. So my friend has liked this guy for a couple of months and they are friends. I do marching band with him and I've started to like him too. Ooh, he has a girlfriend. Oh, this just got so much better. Not better. Don't home wreck, girls. I don't know what to say to my best friend because I really want to tell her. She'll probably be mad at me and I don't want to ruin our friendship. Please help. Okay, first off, so this man has a girlfriend. Here's what you need to ask yourself. Why do you like him? And why does your best friend like him? And if the answer is because he flirts with both of you and he's like a little flirt, this man is dangerous because he does have a girlfriend already. So I think you need to figure out why you like him. And if it comes down to, if that's the answer, if the answer is going to be that he's a little flirt, I would say to your best friend, hey, Molly, not saying your name's Molly. Imagine if it is. Hey, Molly, I've caught myself growing to like Jason because he acts the same way he does with you to me. Molly's going to be like, what? But if you guys can be mature about it and have a serious conversation about it, you should. Then you tell Jason, you literally have a girlfriend. What the fuck are you doing? But I think if it's just he's a likable person and he has a girlfriend, you should say to your best friend, like, he has a girlfriend and let's find other dudes. Anxiety in life after high school. I'm currently a freshman in college and just feel so lost. Like I want the career after college, but I just don't enjoy college so far. And it's been so hard to be away from my family. How do you deal with anxiety and stress? I think the biggest thing is you have to just, when you're having anxiety, I'm sorry, it's so dark in here, y'all. When you're having anxiety, when you're having these moments of overthinking so much, the biggest thing to realize in that moment, it's a temporary feeling. You're not going to feel like that forever. You can have anxiety and stress, but then I'm sure there's moments in your day where you're not. And that's it's hard. It comes in waves, but it's a temporary feeling. Anxiety and stress, they're temporary. I was anxious this morning when I woke up. I've been anxious, honestly, every morning since my breakup. It's just I wake up, I have anxiety, things are different, life's different. Being a freshman in college, that's so hard. I never even experienced that. I never even moved out. I'm 20. I've never done that. I've never been on my own, away from my family, anything. I'm terrified. And I'm sure when I do, I'll become a hell of a lot more relatable to you guys because all have that experience. And I'm sure it's hard. It's hard being away from your family, but you have to realize time heals everything. Time heals all wounds. And I think just when you're in those moments and you're freaking out, just trying to be like, this is temporary and I'm going to feel better. This isn't going to last forever. Excuse me. And I think too, God, I always say, if you're a Christian, talking to God always helps me. Looking to God, being like, I know you're under control. I know you are gonna, like, everything's gonna happen for a reason. But the biggest thing too, I truly believe you're exactly where you're supposed to be. I believe everybody is exactly where they're supposed to be. Exactly where they're supposed to be. You can be a fucking NFL player and look in the mirror and go, I fucking hate NFL. I want to quit. And then you quit and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, but I think you quit for a reason. Like, I think that there's a reason everything happens and you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And just really putting that in your head and trusting yourself with that thought, I think helps so much too. Okay, girls and guys, I love you so much. That was a short episode, but I can't wait to see you guys next week. We're going to have a lot to unwrap. I want you guys to drop episode ideas in the Was That TMI DMs, wasthattmi.com. Any questions, anything you guys have, please submit them. We're going to have a really good episode next week, and I'm so excited to see y'all. Stay tuned for the vlogs. I love you guys so much. I'm so grateful for you guys, and I'm so blessed. I feel so blessed, seriously. So thank y'all for everything, and I will see you next week. Tell the truth always. Stay fun. Love y'all.